holy shit, this is heavy. And then looking at it, like how beautiful it is.
Oh, mine smells like champagne. Cheers, baby. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Wingmen. We are your hosts. I'm Brady Tkachuk.
And I'm Matthew Tkachuk, two Olympic gold medalist champions. And this episode is powered by Whip.
New episodes drop every Wednesday during the NHL season. Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And always follow the show on social media at Wingmen Pod. Matthew, what do we got coming up?
Well, for episode 1 of a multiple-parter talking about the Olympics, we are strictly talking gold medal game and everything that involved it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what the hell we call this segment. We just call this gold medal segment. We're going to call it at least a 5-part episode, a 5-week episode. We could probably do 5 to 10 week episode on the greatest 3 weeks, some of the greatest 3 weeks of our entire life. But Brady, gold medal game. Episode 1 of this is going to be gold medal game early. It was the night before.
You know, I don't mind like one of those stories where you start at the end, you get to the beginning, middle, then you go back to the end. Like those are the best.
Well, just talk us through, like, we pride ourselves. We're going detail. We're giving every behind the scenes thing we can think about. Talk to us about the night before the gold medal game, what you were thinking, what you did. Remember, we had just to paint the picture here for the listeners. So we play 9-10 on Friday night, and then we have a late afternoon get what you need
3:30
practice special.
Best words in all sports. I get what you need day.
You need. Everybody skated though, so that's at 3:30, and then right after that, you know what, Brady, take over. Right from there, what happens?
Wow, 3:30. Get what you need. Well, it was just like a nice, respectful morning skate at 3:30. A lot of puck touches. Didn't even think like, all right, we got Canada tomorrow, but it was one of those days you're just so in the moment. You're like, these are the good old days, boys. But it's coming to an end. The good old days is we just were a part of the good old days. Like that was something we're gonna just talk about for the rest of our lives. Okay, back to it. So after morning skate, nothing like a mad dash. We have this spot. I feel like every country had like a house, but it was more like a hotel, like bar setup. And for us, it was.
I can help you with this one, Brady. So each country has their own, like, almost like a frat house, hangout, like a middle house where, like, if you're a U.S. athlete, you can bring your family and friends to meet. It was a place, I don't know if it was really after games, but it was the night before. And so
was this in the village too? Like
no,
in the
so
village?
this is outside.
Outside
so this
the
is
village. Okay.
Outside the village in general. So because families, nobody was allowed in the village unless you were an athlete, unless you had the specific necklace credential. Yeah, exactly. So this is outside the village. So each country, and it was all right around the village though. Some walking, ours was a little bit further, closer to downtown. So it was more of an Uber or a Lime bike, but ours was really, really nice. They did a great job with it. But just to paint the picture. So we go from this practice into team dinner, where most of these restaurants in Milan, we were doing team dinners throughout the whole tournament, but most of them were having a hard time fitting 25 to 30 people. So we were like, do you know what? Night before gold medal game, we got to bring it home. We got to bring it to our roots. We're going to the Winter House, which was then changed earlier in tournament to the USA Summer House. Brady decided to make that little switch up. So take it from there.
Unsure why. But the Summer House, beautiful spot. It was like families, like you said, not just hockey, but there's the figure skaters, the speed skaters. So after all their events, they'd go there and celebrate and kind of celebrate their family of the hard work and
the women's team when they won on Thursday, after party, Summer House. I know earlier in the trip when we went, we're there with Christy Yamaguchi, Apollo, was it Ono, the figures of the speed skater? Just the best. Eric Hayden. So everybody there, legends.
Yeah. And so we have team dinner and what's great about the team is our trainers are there, team services, team doc. And that night there's just kind of other sponsors because it's a Saturday night. It's the second to last day of the whole Olympic experience. And, the gold medal game brought her home. So everybody was in, everybody was there, everybody was locked in. And then,
but they were respectful though. They gave us our own little area, but there's people around, standing ovation, walking in.
Feel the buzz. It's one of those, you just feel the buzz. And I feel like that's where the tingles kind of started. That's where my night of sleep started to go array is that moment, but had a great meal. I mean, the pasta, I think I led the league in chicken cutlets and pasta, lava cakes, Spumoni. Shout out Spumoni at the Village.
We'll get into him.
That's episode a full one on Spumoni, a full Olympic Village segment, Spumoni. Yeah. But and it was just a great meal. All the boys just shooting. And then 1980, he was our guest one, captain of the Miracle on Ice, Mike Ruzioni comes in and is just chopping it up, table to table. I mean,
the best.
Just the best. It was just nice to say hello to him. He sits down. I think it was Matthew, Ikes, Hanny. What was it? Rensky was there too. And
Millsy. Yep.
And Millsy. I feel like he just kind of sat at your table for a while and you guys were just chopping it up, shooting it. And all of a sudden he gets up and gives just an unbelievable speech about this being our time. It's 46 years in the making, just kind of getting us all fired up. But business is always booming.
That was my favorite line of his. So we got to fill in everybody. So he's given the most powerful,
inspirational. This is your time. This is your time for this generation, the next generation. This is your moment. Some of you might have one chance at it, right, Hanny? But
I think that was just the way he was pointing and it was tough.
He just caught eyes with Hanny, be like, "Hey, Hanny, this might be your only chance." But some of these other guys at the table, they might get another one. But Hanny, you're the only one to go on.
Did that get a good chuckle out of everybody?
No, so it was just in our one-on-one table, our 5-person table that he was talking, and he was basically saying he didn't single anybody out. But he was just looking around the table and he's like, you never know, this might be your only chance. And it happened to be he was pointing at. So when Rizzo left the table.
And we ran with that and just made fun of him. Of course.
When Rizzo left, we just gave it to Hanny. And Hanny's like, fuck, I'm 29 years old. I hope I fucking get another one. But it was hilarious. But I thought that my favorite part about Rizzo's speech is he goes, boys, this is your time. 46 years ago, our team did what we did. That's in the past. It's over. What you guys are about to do is going to change hockey forever, for the next generation and change your lives forever. And plus, I got to thank you guys. Business is booming for me since you guys keep winning games. So fucking Rizzo, unreal. Just the best. But I really felt that speech, and then we really weren't thinking about the game until that point. And that was the perfect time to get the mindset going which ended up being that 2 p.m. game the next day. So great night. I think it ended after that. Everybody goes back to the Village.
No, we had a great tradition because coming out of the elevators, you take a left and then there's just your split hallway. It's the men's team on the left. Mm-hmm. And then we have a couple rooms, men's, and then
Quater, this is the Village.
This is the Village.
So you guys are going back to the Village. What time are you guys going back to the Village? Around 8, 9 p.m. your time?
Yeah, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And everybody just kind of goes up and coming out of the elevators. We're on the 3rd floor, and to the left, all the men's team, to the right, a couple rooms, men's, and then the women's hockey team. So it was nice to just be on the same floor. Then at the end of the hall, we had our treatment room, so you could get treatment and stuff like that. But the night before every game, we just started game one and went basically every game is that our room was, you take a left in that hallway and we were 0-1. So the first room, and then across the hall were the Hughes brothers. So
that's awesome.
So
I think we both we're the only, not the only, but Brady and I were made sure open door policy in 301. I think the door was open the entire 2 weeks. just wide open.
Oh yeah.
And even when you guys are sleeping, I bet too.
Yeah. It was just more of a cracked when sleeping, but like it was.
And it was the best too. Cause we left like the random time, like the cleaners, they came in, they shut the door. We had the old college trick right on top of our sign was our key. So it's like, hey, whenever you want, this room was always available to the boys. So,
that's awesome. But,
we were like in 22 Jump Street. We were like Brad and Doug McQuaid. And then across the hall were like the twins, the boys that ended up, they ended up at the end of the movie. They ended up, were they like the bad guys at the end of the movie? What was their name, Brady? What were their names? We got to think about it.
I honestly could not, but it was we're getting back on track.
You know who talks like each other? I forget. Yeah. That's a baby. Yeah. But it was a great time. But Brady, tell them about that tradition. Tell them about that tradition every night.
I think it just started game one and we were just like, let's just like, this is our dream right here. Like we're doing this together. And I think the first night it ended up being like a full hour of like just shooting it. Then it ended up being like 12:30. We're like, all right, it's time to go to bed. Like we got a big one tonight, but that lasted the whole tournament. And then I got to the finals. Like, this is it, boys. Like our dream is right ahead of us. Mm-hmm. It's right here. It's right here. And then I think as we just got talking, like the energy just started getting a little higher. Then we're like, all right, boys, it's time. It's time to go to bed. We need to go to bed like this. We could chop it up all night. Yeah. But
I will say that was probably one of my favorite parts and stuff that I'll like look back and cherish the most were like the guys on the team. You're never going to ever find a better group of individuals, like ever. Hilarious people. The movie quotes, like Brady couldn't say, like you couldn't say one thing in that room without me or you or Mills or Hanny or Ikes or Amats or Charlie or Tage or the Hugheses or literally anybody, Helly, like chirping you back for like making fun of you for saying something. Like it was so fucking good. Larks. It was unreal. But I'll always cherish those hot stoves in the Hughes boys room across the hall from us every night before game. We'd go in there, we'd talk about the day, talk about the next game. What can we do? And I'll never forget probably the first night we did it before game one against Latvia. I'm like, boys, like, I don't know about this. Like, I got a weird feeling about this. Like, we have to do something special because if we do, I think our lives will change forever. And the lives of future athletes in USA hockey in general will change forever. And I remember Quinn saying like, come on, like you've won the last two cups. Like, you think so? Like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, Quinn, I'm fucking telling you, man, there's something weird about this. Like, this is time. And sure enough, it fucking happens. And like our last few days and just the way things have gone, it's just been incredible. But hot stove with the Hugheses was tradition number 1, night before every game. Let everyone in about tradition number 2, involving Captain America and his roommate Larks, who is going for an Emmy, right? I mean, best male actor in the village.
Yeah. Yeah. It was spectacular. So we got to rewind this. When we got to Milan, right from the airport, we go to the Nike area and the Polo Ralph Lauren area, just right outside the airport. And when I tell you, we had a ridiculous amount of clothes, like insane. We had like a full duffel bag of Nike and then a full duffel bag of Polo Ralph Lauren and a nice little touch with Skims. Crazy.
I love my Skims robe and the underwear. It's the best.
Robe, the blanket, the underwear. I mean, we just got treated so well. So every night before bed in our group chat, Larks and Amats would send a video of what we were wearing for the next day for the game. And each video, it got more and more outrageous. And I got to say, though, as great as the videos were, they were picture perfect in the outfit choices. They were going to be like, we're going to slowly build. Every game, we're going to get a little more dialed. But it's like, this is where we just kind of show off our unity, show off the team camaraderie that we're wearing it. And some of my favorite ones were the outfit with the bucket hat, but mandatory shades.
Well, like mandatory?
Man, it was, I think the first game was optional. And then Hugless did his interview.
Well, that's a story in itself. So first game
that changed.
First game, they said shades were optional, but I would say half the guys went, and Quinn and Jack went, which also got to get into them real quick. We would always meet at the Olympic rings in the Village at 6 p.m. to walk to the bus, 6:05 bus to the rink. These motherfuckers alarm at 5:45. Like these guys there's not a care in the world. They're coming
clockwork.
down.
It was
they're
clockwork.
Coming down at
5:58 with their strut.
Yeah. Yeah. They're the best. But they went shades for game one, and Quinn got pulled in for an interview right before, like when you get into like the practice rink area where our change rooms were. And he gets pulled in for his interview with IHF or everybody. Like it was probably an interview for like worldwide. And he takes off his sunglasses, and we're walking in. We go, no.
You put those babies back on.
And without even thinking about it or arguing or laughing, he just goes, puts them right back on. And that's the meme worldwide right now. So after that, everything sunglasses related was mandatory. But Brady, going back to the outfits thing real quick, what was, with the amount of details in the videos that we can share, what was your favorite video from Larks and AMATs? So AMATs, just to paint the picture here again, AMATs would be the ones sending the video of Larks doing the modeling, but also Larks would be doing it in Austin's clothes, which I never really understood either. That always
just said, put me in a pretzel. Yeah, put me in a pretzel.
So Brady, tell them about the night, the last thing before we get into the actual morning. Tell them about your shenanigans in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Which makes me sick, by the way.
Yeah. But like it's bedtime once we get that video. It's a good chuckle, and then it's sleep time. And going down was as easy as it gets. I was like, oh, I might have a great shutzy. Like I'm going down at a good time. All of a sudden, 4 a.m. comes around and my eyes just wide awake. I'm like, oh no. I check my phone. I'm like, I can't nap today. It's a 2:00 game. So like, I'm like really trying to go to sleep. That's all she wrote. Just tossing and turning. And eventually at 5, like, you know, when you lay in bed too long, like your back gets tight and like you get really sore. That's what happened. My back, I tried moving. I was like, I can't move. Like this is happening on the day of the biggest game of my life. And finally at like 5:30, I'm like tossing and turning. I'm like, I can't sleep. Like I'm on my phone. Like I'm off my phone. I'm trying. I finally go for the good old fashioned pigeon stretch on the bed. I get off the bed. I put my leg on and I'm just like doing like stretches for my hip and my back. As I'm doing it, I'm like started quiet, but I'm like, I'm so bored right now. Like I have the biggest game. I'm like mentally like,
I need someone to talk to.
I just need to talk to somebody. And so I slowly start making more noise, like ruffling the blanket, and just like get louder and louder. And I look over and he just got the blanket over his face, just snoozing B. Anthony. And just was doing that for 5-10 minutes. And all of a sudden, like 30 minutes goes by. I'm still awake. He gets up to go to the bathroom, and like how the bathroom, like it's just an automatic light. So like when you walk in, this scumbag didn't even shut the door. So like now I'm really not sleeping, but like, and then as he's peeing, I'm just like staring. I'm just like wide awake. I'm like, and then as
look at me, please look at me.
As he turns the corner, I'm like, please just make eye contact with me. Like, are you up, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, I was going to act like I'm in the middle of just a deep sleep just to talk. Doesn't even look at me. Keeps the door open and goes to bed. I'm like, all I wanted was just to talk so maybe I could go back to bed. And
it's calm the nerves of it.
Nope, not that. He's just as cool as a cucumber. And I'm sitting in bed for another hour and a half. I'm like, I can't wait for this alarm to go off so I can actually just talk to him, like how bad my sleep was, how tight my back was, and just tell the story of just try to like
the best
have a conversation. So
I just love how
sleep great.
I just love how you're fucking trying to ruin my sleep just so you could have someone to talk to. I think that's pretty fucked up.
And then I eventually go back to bed, and yeah, life's good. But nope, that just wasn't the case. But
so we wake up Sunday. Now it's game day. we had options for a little, just to get into like our morning here a little bit. So we had options. We could have eaten in the village, in like the cafe area, or they actually brought in some food, some special food, like some cutlets, some salads, some stuff that they didn't have in the village from the summer house. Sorry, Brady. Mm-hmm. So they brought that in. So we had just a spread of spreads. But like I woke up at 9. We woke up at 9. You're already up, but our alarm was at 9. I grabbed my food. I ate. Before you know it, it's 10:30. Bus is at 11. Mm-hmm. So like it just happens fast. And I thought we had a very good crew on the bus every time. And we had a new routine going in, which I thought was unreal. In the bus situation, the back of the bus crew mainly was myself, Brady, Larks, Hanny, Ikes, Millsy, Amats, Charlie, Z. Z told a great story the other day. He said that he started off in the middle of the bus, like at the start of the tournament, and kept like listening to like the stories and everything that was going on in the back, that he just each day like kept moving back one row. And by the end of it, he was all part of it. But we had a great Zach Wierenski, the best. And so we had a tradition. It was like a 20-minute drive, 15 minutes to the rink. Brady would just play music on his phone out loud. Some guys are listening to the headphones, but we're like, fuck, we might only have this opportunity like once in a lifetime. So
yeah, like I'm not going to my own zone. Like I'm not going into the flow state yet. Like I just want to hang out and just chop it up.
Okay. So then we get to the rink. One of my favorite parts of the day, Brady, when we were tying our laces, getting our laces ready before the game, or taping our sticks and FaceTiming old legends. And those two legends for the final game, Chris Chelios, who actually we FaceTime before every single game.
Every game, all six.
Like it was clockwork. So you would FaceTime him at 6:30, 6:40 every single game. Talk to him for a minute or two. He would give us a little pep talk. Like myself, Brady, Wierenski, McAvoy, Kells would be there. Quinn Hughes would be there. We had our little crew where we tape our stick in the area outside of the locker room, and we'd always FaceTime him there. And then I remember one game, Quinn's like, would really love to hear from Brian Leach as well. So Frosty would get his phone out, and right after we talked to Chelly, I think it was before the quarters, semis, and finals, we would call Brian Leach as well. So just so cool to keep, the alumni and the guys that paved the way for us, keep them involved and like feel like they were in the room too. And they had a huge impact on us, wanting to win, obviously, but preparing us as well. So I think you got to get into Brady Sully's pregame speech. I know we loved playing for him, like just everything as a coach. He was unreal. And we were super lucky to have him. I just think everything he did was pretty spot on, but he gave one fucking hell of a speech before that game that kind of made you want to run through a goddamn wall.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, what I love is just the American swagger. Just go out there. He's always said that this is the best team that he's ever coached, but this is the best team in the world. And he always like not affirmed that, but like reassured us that like, this is our time. Like we have this opportunity to achieve something that USA Hockey hasn't achieved in 46 years. And we are the best team and we have the best chance of doing it. So just him saying that, it was just playing with the swagger, playing with that confidence, and I think he noticed like just how tight we were as a group and just how much fun we were having. And he said that just take it all in, but this is how it's meant to be. Like with this group, everybody's, done their part leading it up to it, and just we're the best team in the world, and let's just go out there and show it. And I just was so fired up.
So were you a whiskey or milk guy? Let the listeners know what that means.
Yeah, well, there's two things that stood out to me that I'll always remember. That I think it was before the Sweden game in the quarterfinals. Like I think, it was in the meeting at so we played at 9:15. We always had a meeting at 7:15, and I remember he was going over. It's like these games, it's going to take when they talk to the group, it's like usually he's like, oh, it's like emotional control, like over the group. And I'm sitting next to JT Miller. It's the wall, then it's Troach, Miller, me, and then Wierenski. And so he starts like, we're going to have to play with some emotional control. Stops. and just kind of hovers over me and Millsy.
Emotional control.
We got to play some emotional control here. I know we're really excited to play, but emotional control.
The second he leaves, you're like, he wasn't talking about me, was he?
No, he wasn't talking about us. Heck, no, there's just no way. We don't ride the highs and live in the lows. But that was great. And then I think it was that Saturday before, he's like, we got a lot of whiskey drinkers in here. Not many milk drinkers, a lot of whiskey drinkers. After the meeting, I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
You're like, I don't know which one I am, but I think whiskey.
I don't know. I like milk, and I guess I like whiskey too. So, but I thought just like shit like that. Like Matthew said, like no matter what happened, meetings, just shit during the game, what guys are saying, like their post-game hat speeches, like it was going to get a comment from somebody. So
one of my favorite ones, while we're just talking about speeches real quick before we get into the actual game, first period of the gold medal game, which is what everybody wants to listen to. But when Quinn Hughes, which when we talk about the gold medal game, the goals, everyone, for the rest of our lives, it was the game of Helly's life. Like we do not win gold medal without him, but best performance, which we will get into. Obviously Jack Hughes' goal, but two things that I really want to be mentioned throughout with all this is Quinn Hughes' OT winner against Sweden. I mean, we're just not there without his performance in that Sweden game, and Bolds' goal in first period, which we're just about to get into. Those two things have to be mentioned when talking about anything involving this, because those two goals were some of the best goals we'll ever see. Quinn Hughes, he wins the Mike Ruzioni 1980 Lake Placid hat, which goes to the player of the game. After every game, he won that in the Sweden game, gives a fucking unbelievable speech, and kind of ended it with like, no regrets. Like, we're doing this. This is our time. The second he's done, everybody just starts making fun of him for saying no regrets. Like, and we're the Millers.
He's from We're the Millers. Like, no regrets.
No regrets. And it
not
was
even
just,
one. Not even one, Quinn. Not one regret.
It was just so fucking good. But that's the way our team was. Like the chemistry, how much fun we had. I mean, I don't know if there's ever going to be a group that'll have as much fun as that for the rest of our lives. But anyways, let's get into this first period. First shift, Brady.
Hey, hold on. Before we get into the first period, I know we don't have this part of the game. Some of the best conversations after warm-ups before the first period.
Those were some of the best conversations.
And that's just where I guess everything that I thought of myself was like, all right, I got to like be like really dialed in, not say much, was the complete opposite.
I blame myself.
The amount of shooting the shit that we did.
Yeah, I blame myself because I would always we would always basically screw around. Let's just call it verbally screw around, like keep the boys light. But that's just my personality. And yeah, obviously you probably thought you wanted to be more serious before the games, but fuck you. I brought you down with me. So we just had a lot of fun.
But I think I like it. I think I might just chop it up and just turn it on when the game starts.
That's what I do.
You just got to enjoy. You got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You truly do.
So I would say every single time, something along the lines after warm-ups before the game, I would say something along the lines of, Brady, a lot of people are questioning whether you can handle this or not. Or something along the line. People are questioning this.
People are questioning if you could do it again.
Yeah. And I would just make shit up. Like just make up rumors that people are saying. And the one game we were playing a back-to-back against Germany, and you were a fucking unbelievable beast. Best player in the game the night before against Denmark. And this is where that tradition started. I go, Brady, a lot of people are murmuring, can you do it again? And you said the fucking funniest thing that literally erupted the room. You go, yeah, that's what a lot of people have been questioning that my whole career.
That's my biggest knock is, can I do it every game?
And then from there, me and Millsy, every time I would like get you going on something, we would just be looking at each other, waiting for your response. And your response in the Canadian game, you got to let the listeners know what you said. I don't even know if it made any sense at all, but I go, Brady, like a lot of people are wondering what you could do in the big game. And you say the agenda.
We're not getting into the agenda. But we're like, I think another thing I said is, I think I might be Mike Ruzioni tonight. I haven't been in a game like this. I think I'm the next Rizzo. And the boys loved it.
If you're still pounding energy drinks or using nicotine just to stay awake, you've got to try Whip. Whip is a caffeine pouch. No nicotine, no sugar, no calories. You pop one in and get a natural, steady boost without the sugar crash, giant can, or carbonation. It's basically coffee or an energy drink in a tiny pouch. They've got 100 milligrams and 200 milligram options, so you can choose what works best for you. I've been into the mint and orange citrus, but the new fruit punch and blue raspberry are legit too. It tastes incredible. It's cheaper per serving than most energy drinks, and once you try it, going back feels kind of ridiculous. Whip uses natural caffeine to support mental sharpness and alertness. It also includes B vitamins like B3, B6, and B12 to support energy, metabolism, and cognitive function. Plus, L-theanine, an amino acid commonly used to support focus. Athletes, hard workers, and students are all switching for a reason. It's one of the best reviewed energy pouches on Amazon and even is an Amazon's Choice product. If you want to try it, use our code Wingmen15 for 15% off your order at whip.com. That's Wingmen15 at whip.com for 15% off. This episode is brought to you by TaxAct. Let's be honest, no one likes doing their taxes. They're annoying and complicated. But TaxAct makes filing easy with step-by-step guidance. And your maximum refund is guaranteed. You won't find a larger refund with any other tax filing software. Plus, TaxAct guarantees accuracy and helps you find the deductions and credits that you deserve. The best part is TaxAct offers 3 filing options. Do it yourself, do it with help, or let them do it for you. It's that easy. File with TaxAct, the stress-free way to get your taxes over with. But anyways, first shift, we're starting the game, me, you, Ikes versus the McDavid McKinnon line. And I remember I was just looking at each other right before, and it was who was going to get the first hit and who was going to try to set the tone in the first shift. And they win the drawback. Parayko comes to the red line. I come over from my side.
Which surprised me to begin with. I'm like, hey, you hold your side. I'll take care of this side.
You take your rail.
But you did a perfect, like, you just angled them right into me. I was like, all right, this is the first hit, 4 seconds in.
But I truly thought that our first shift, and then we were in their zone, like chance after chance after chance. I thought that set the tone for that period, and that was by far our team's best period. I thought.
Oh yeah.
But what did you notice in the first period before Bolds' goal, and then talk about that goal a little bit?
Yeah, I just thought like you said, we're just holding on to pucks, tons of chances, but we're just playing on our toes and just wave after wave after wave. We're just a tough team to handle.
Wave after wave. Slowly just
great tune. But I thought we were ready to play. And I think, for us, we were so used to playing at that 9:15 game because that's what we're doing all tournament, had our routines, that I think it was almost like in our minds that, this is different. So the start's imperative. And I thought we had a great start. And then Bolds is unbelievable. Flip to himself, heavy stick, forehand, backhand, not even 5-hole, back the far side.
Like your goal against Slovakia. It was a copy and paste.
I thought it could be done again, but it was just on a way bigger platform.
Except he tried it and you tried to go 5-hole the night before.
I tried going 5-hole, saw it went in. I was like,
boom. I was watching that though, Brady. I was watching his goal back again. It was a really good play by, I think it was Amats in the D zone to start it. But I remember talking to you either the night before or the morning of like how important every tiny detail, like the smallest of small things. Like, for example, don't go and hit somebody with your stick up. Like you have to stop the puck. Like it's about controlling the puck that game. It's about controlling territory. And actually on that play, McKinnon could have come in and just easily got stick on puck. I mean, I think on Austin, and he comes in with the stick up, Austin passes, and then Bolds, next thing you know, it's in the net. Like it's so, those little details it's so crazy. And in a game that was going to be that tight and low scoring and every goal and chance was going to be so important. Like that was the difference for us. And there's some stat I would love if Quater Statman could maybe help me out with the exact one on this. But in a game 7, which that's exactly what that was. That's a one game, game 7. The stat of the team that scores first, I think it's around the 80%, 85% for winning the game. So first
Thank God you didn't tell me that before.
No, you would have felt unreal. Oh, you just would have put a lot of pressure to get that first time.
Oh yeah. I've been shooting it from friggin' everywhere. I've been shooting it from Rome.
But that was a fucking huge goal. I thought that period was great. They did push a little bit towards the middle and to the end. But I will say the one thing that people don't really understand too much, but when you get a lead like that in the gold medal game, game one, like you're almost trying not to. You're trying your hardest not to, but you've got the one goal. Like you've got enough to win. So you're almost automatically reverting to being a little bit safer, being on the obviously the right side of the puck, being smarter, not to take as many chances. But when you're playing against like a team like Canada, like if you play like that the whole game, like you're going to get very little chances and you're not going to be able to score as much. So we were
also with the stat you were saying in NHL history, the team that scores first in Game 7 has a dominant winning record of 150-50.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So we're talking, 66% of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. 7.
That's pretty crazy.
That's good math too. That's for the people that say I can't read. That's for you. I don't think go F yourself. Go.
Also, if you want me to completely ruin your math right now and your confidence right now,
it's not 66.
What's 50 plus? What's 50 plus 150?
Fuck. 75. Fuck.
But we have to mention one thing. After bold scores, we've got some momentum going. We're cooking right now. And you had a nice pizza delivery up the middle.
Nothing like a wall play, and like you hear. I remember this forever. I hear Quinn, so I'm like, okay. I was just about to pass it, and Bob. I legit see it bobble over my stick, so I just corral it again, and then right when I look up, off my tape it goes. Suzuki coming down the cock. No! I legit made that sound as the puck came off the stick. I was like, no! No! And then we'll get into it. We're going to have Noah Hannafin come on eventually at some point, and he's going to tell that story from his perspective. He could hear it from the bench, and in typical fashion, that it has gotten a little more details that aren't true.
Just completely blown up now.
But now the story is about that I was right when it came off my stick. It was no, my dream, my dream. I just lost my dream. And so just shit like that. And yeah, that was a pizza. Great stick by Charles. And
he was a beast all game.
Now looking back, I'm like, if Charles didn't get a stick on it, hell, he's making that save, and my dream's still alive. But yeah,
he saved. What did Millsy say? 36 out of 37 grade A's. Hey, thanks for the gold, Helly. We love you, buddy. I told him I'm texting him. I told Helly I'm texting him every day for the rest of his life. Hey, thanks, Helly. Thank you, Helly.
Thank you for the dream.
But we knew first period, Helly. Let's get into Helly here, Brady. Yeah. He is in the fucking zone in the first. Just it's glued to him. He's moving the pill well. He's seeing everything like through screens, like the little saves that people like watching TV wouldn't respect. I mean, we're on the bench, like he's not really seeing it. He just sees it last second and gets his glove on it. Like fucking insane. But this is when I knew this was our time. I mean, the best player in the world, obviously.
Now we're in the second.
Knows. Now we're moving on to the second. But the best player in the world is Connor McDavid. Top to bottom. I mean, there's nobody like him. There's probably been nobody in history like him. And it's kind of like could be that chance of like the changing of the guard in Canada with Crosby being out, him coming down on the breakaway. Like he scores that goal. Like, I mean, he's the Canadian hero who gets them back. And, they ultimately have a good chance at that point. Because I think it was either 1-1 or whatever it was. But
are you holding baseball right now?
That's baseball.
That's baseball.
But, he comes down and Helly just outweights him. Confident, calm, just chill in the crease and just makes an incredible breakaway saves that gave us so much mental momentum that the best player in the world is coming down on a breakaway and he just shuts the door right on it. And we got to give a shout out to It's the 5-on-3 beauties as well.
Well, I got to throw in something quickly before, and this is when my superstition started during the game, because I'm not a superstitious guy. I think I was the most superstitious human being for this tournament. Just like little things, just from not shaving my face, which I don't know why, and to doing like same thing, like going down the walk to the rink. I bring up the telegrams about how 1980 had the telegrams on the wall. I brought it up every single time. I said a lot of the same things. And then I remember that breakaway, I didn't even watch. I just sat there. I was just like waiting for the reaction. Cause I'm like, I can't even watch. Like, I just don't want to watch. I don't want to watch my dream slip away. No, but, made the save and then ties into the 5-on-3. It was like a minute and 30.
Did you not watch?
Not 1 second. I just sat there.
Way.
I sat there. I was just like, guys were standing up. I was just sitting there. I'm just like, I'll just find out after. Like, just kind of like, just stay positive, stay true. But to Matthew's point, PKers 18 for 18. We didn't have 1 second in that PK video, so we have no credit to take. But I do have a shorty this year, but we'll talk about that another time. But no, just how outstanding of a job that they did.
Let's give the PK guys. Let's give the PK guys that were mainly out there shout out. So we got Millsy, Troach, Larks, Nelly, Amats, Ikes, Bolds. Pretty much those are the guys up front.
Yeah.
D, Slavo, Fabes, C-Mac, Hanny, Sandy was there big time for it. I'm sure we're probably missing somebody.
He's Mr. Cutoff. He cuts off every single play. But I mean, when you name those guys, how can you not be like, that's the best team?
They're the best,
in the
best at that
best team in the world.
At that PK position. Those are the best in the world. Draws, clears, speed, long sticks, block shots. Like fuck. So give them a lot of credit. They were. I mean, they won us when you think about the tournament. And then we get the best penalty killer in the world, Helly, there, buzzing away. So I will say they did take, they were pressing. They were pressing in that second period. And we kept saying every 5 minutes, that's the best. That's all they got, boys. And the next 5, they somehow went better. And I'm like, whoa, fucking.
On the bench, just hold on, boys. Hold on. We'll get the momentum back. Just simplify.
Get to the intermission.
Shift in, shift out. Get to the power break. Come on now. Bend, don't break. Bend, don't break. And they just kept coming out.
And Howie's just like,
whatever. I'll just save it. But at our heads, I was like, holy fuck. It's like the people back in the good old days. The good old days, the castles, the armies, and all of a sudden you hear that horn. Ooh, attack. That's how we were feeling. We're like, fuck, we got to protect the fort here. Stay on the inside, boys. Stay on the inside. We'll give them everything on the outside. Stay in.
A win was like not icing it, but getting it out of the zone.
Just a good punt. All right, boys. All right, boys.
Backspin. Oh, nice. Good shift, Brady. But then McCarr, they have a hell of a shot from a great player, scored. And then I remember right when he scored that, my like anxiety with the game, or like the pressure that I felt a little bit, or maybe the tiny bit of nervousness, you had, it went like completely away. Whereas you'd think like it would ramp up because it's like, all right, now it's fucking anybody's game. Yeah. Like it went totally the other way. And I was never so calm and confident going into that third period. And then the save of the 20th century. We got to come up with a name.
Is it the 20th century
or 21st? I don't even know centuries.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, how does that work?
I think it's the 21st century. Personally,
21st. That's what I actually meant to say, not 20th. But
I also, we could be completely wrong. Hey, Brady, like by 66%.
Hey, the paddle heard round the world though.
I was on the ice for that.
Were you?
Oh yeah. We'll get into all their chances, and I was on the ice for all of them.
But Brady, that will go down since you're on the ice and you speak of it. Will be known as the greatest save, and we'll be seeing that save on a loop for the rest of our lives, and I can't wait to see it.
You know what my first thought was? Because I was on the ice. I must have circled, missed my vertical rail and the horizontal rail and the breakdown management. I missed all three. But I thought he initially missed like that double, like the double touch where he missed the net.
Yeah.
And then I remember after the game, I saw that picture. I'm like, he saved that?
Mm-hmm.
What? Like, so the fact that like that is going to be on every poster for USA Hockey, NHL, everything. That should be the NHL cover. Personally, I am throwing in the next cover right here. Connor Hellebuyck, the save that saved the US.
Yeah,
something like that.
Maybe Jack Hughes too, but yeah.
But he's already on the cover before. Spread some love. Spread another love to to a Michigan
this
guy.
Brady, like you said, this is gonna be history that we just witnessed history. So just the greatest save literally ever. I told Helly, he said he has the puck mark on that part of his stick because it's such a weird part of it where that doesn't get any action. So there is the puck mark of that save. I told him that stick is probably, I told him, Helly, you never sell this stuff, obviously. But I think he could get $50 million for that stick from some sick son of a gun in this world that would really want that. I mean, and that might be low. That's how screwed up my brain is to think that. But
yeah, that's an investment.
It really is. It's like a Babe Ruth card. Yeah. Like a baseball card from early 1900s. It's insane. But when he saved that, I started to get the feeling like this is destined.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. And then McKinnon, halfway through the third period. I mean, the net doesn't get any more wide open than that, and he just missed it. It's like, what's going on right now? We have some like the best players in the world that are just like this doesn't. And then like you just keep feeling it, and then
you want the in-person one on the ice? I was like, second time, like same thing. Like this happened again. It's not a fluke. Like, so, like this is, these aren't meant to be going in for a reason. Like this, that's legit. What my thought is like, how, two, holy shit. Like it's happening.
A lot of people were saying on Twitter, I saw a picture that the McKinnon miss was the power of Johnny Hockey.
I saw that too.
That was like the greatest, coolest picture ever. Like almost like it was like making me cry. I was like, holy shit, my brain. And then one of the sneaky greatest saves of that third period didn't even happen from the Secretary of Defense, Connor Hellebuyck. It was from CMAC.
But also, I for the people, if we could pull this video up, I know we probably can't, but if we could do a clip on it, watch the guy who clears it after. It might have been 7 oars. It was a good clear.
Didn't go the distance.
And then I held, and then I raced off. And I was like, boys, you see that clear?
But Brady, let's get in after this Charlie McAvoy. I mean, starting from, I guess really the whole period, but the last 10 minutes, McKinnon's got a grade A. C-Mac saves one. Hugless loses, little Hugless, that's Jack Hughes, gets high stick for a 4-minute. We're going on the power play. And I have a legitimate grade A in front of him that I was just a little too tight to him to get it up. So I try to stuff it 5 sheets, but that was a grade A chance. And then you guys go out there and you guys are just rolling it over and taking a marathon shift, just having chance after chance. Little Hugless, Jack, takes a high sticking penalty. And now it's 4-on-4. It's like, fuck, did we just like blow that opportunity?
Yeah.
And now we have to kill off a minute. And then I think when their kill ended, like they had some fucking looks, like Celebrini in the slot, one that Helly just fought off with his shoulder. Like Helly, this guy better never, ever pay for a drink for the rest of his life or a meal or anything.
Thank you, Helly.
I told him that, by the way, thanks, Helly. Nice play. I told him, I'm like it was just the greatest performance ever. And remember going into overtime, we're sitting there, Quater, you'll like this one. We're sitting there.
And we're even chopping it up more because we know we ain't going on 3-on-3 either. So like I took off our dreams in your guys' hands, boys.
Brady,
did you guys know that 3-on-3 you had no chance?
Well, we didn't go in the 6-man rotation in the Sweden game. I think they went through twice each. So we kind of had an idea that we were in the 7 guys that weren't going to be participating versus the 6 in it, which is totally good. We put on our cheerleader hat. And quite frankly, those 6 are some of the 6 best in the world, 3-on-3, and way better than us at it. So great decision making there. We worked out twice. But we're sitting there and Brady and I are like having more fun than ever because we're like, what do we do now? Like, we just got to be positive and get the guys like loose and ready to fucking go be a hero. Somebody's in that room is going to be a hero. I remember, I think we did like a little Bucci overtime challenge between the boys that weren't going to be out there again. And a couple of guys said Jack. A lot of guys had Quinn and a lot of guys had A-Mats. Those are like the 3 common guys that we thought. I think Larks might have had himself, which I loved. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it was great. And I remember Sully gave a fucking unreal speech before that too. Like, just like, somebody in this room is going to be a hero for the rest of your life. And this team will be remembered forever because of this goal. And it was just, couldn't have happened to a better guy in Jack. He was played so fucking good that whole tournament. But we have to mention his play defensively to start. And I think that's where we got these guys. I think that their team, and this is my opinion, like they almost pressed too much to get it. Like, each guy like wanted to be the guy so much. Like, obviously you want to be the guy, but it was almost like every time they took it, they just one-on-one. They tried to take guys one-on-one. McDavid tried to take on Jack, knowing he's a forward playing defense, and Jack made a fucking hell of a play. Helly with the stick. Helly got an apple on the play.
Hey, I love Jack's perspective though. After, like, when we asked like Jack, like, straight up, what were you thinking when McDavid was just steamrolling at you? He's like, I wanted to give him as little space as possible from him behind me to the net. So he's like, I just backed up. And I was like, he ain't taking it to the cage. So he's like, and then just to hear Jack say that, like, his actual thought process was like, holy shit, like, that's smart. Like, you just keep everything in front of you.
No, unreal. And
then it hits Helly's stick.
Apple for Helly. And we got to mention how great of a play, how great of a stab, which a stab is like a little, not like, getting shanked with a knife, but like poking the puck. And Jack has an unreal stab, beats Makar on the stab, and then Werenski beats McKinnon on the stab, sets up Jack, and then the biggest goal of our generation right there. And I go, fuck, Jack, like, how the fuck do you think about like letting the goalie slide and shooting 5-hole? Like, what an unbelievable goal. And then somebody said he tried to shoot high glove and he fanned on it and went 5-hole. Like, there's no way the greatest goal of our generation that's what it was. I'm like, Jack, you meant to go there, right? He's like, yeah, come on. So awesome. I love the perspective from everybody on the goal. But when that went in, I mean, it was a race to the pile. And I really couldn't believe it. I screamed for probably like 3 straight minutes and maybe 5, and like emotional hugging guys that I've played with like since youth hockey, since like junior hockey at the USNTDP. Like, best part about that team was just everybody at some point crossed paths with each other. And I don't know, like, what was your like, what did you feel in the moment where the puck went in, where we hugged each other for the first time, where we had the brothers hug right after the goal? Just talk about all that.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the play happen, and for the Sweden experience, I was the first guy off the bench. Like, I don't know how like that happened. It was like a perfect jump. This one, I froze. Like you could see me like the bench, like stand back. And then like, I remember I looked at Frosty, Chris Capetto, our equipment guy, him and Teddy, the other equipment guy, like, they are MVPs. They had to work their bag off for 2 weeks, late nights, just unbelievable performance by those guys. Great human beings. And Frosty, he worked with our dad in Arizona. He's our sister's godfather. And I just remember, like, I bumped into him for like a little hug. And then like the gloves came off. I threw my helmet so high in the air. And I just like, I wasn't thinking. I was like, just was going out there. And then I remember first guy I saw was Charlie It was me, Charlie, and Amats all hugging. I'll never forget Amats's laces got caught on the heel of my skate. And like, we're both trying to like skate, like hug, and like, we just couldn't move, and like, we're hugging again. But it's like, think about how dangerous, like one of us could go down with like no help, like all skates and stuff like that. But it's just like, that was the first hug, but just like the hugs after. And then all of a sudden, like, I think it was like, I didn't see you for a while. Like, you were one of my last hugs, and no offense, I wasn't even thinking like, fuck, where's me? I was just hugging everybody like, fucking love you. Like, we did it. We're the best. Like, and all of a sudden I was like, it clued in when I saw you, like, holy shit, I haven't hugged you yet, brother. It was just such a great hug. But I mean, just even like that, hugging everybody and like kind of just looking around, I didn't hear any, like, for some reason I couldn't hear anybody other than the guys on the ice. Like just like the hugs, like the love yous and like all that stuff. Like, we did it. And just like, and then after that, I was like, did that actually like just happen? I'm like, I still don't really believe that it happened. Like, I feel like we're living in a different world. Like, it's a dream.
Exactly.
Like, I'm waking up from this dream, but like, I still like haven't woken up with like that experience of like, I just like that whole time, the locker room after, like just getting the gold medal on our neck. I'm like, it still feels like a dream. Like, it just like somebody like wake me up. Cause like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Some of my favorite parts of that post like the post goal celebration were like, for me, going through all these years with the guys who played other than you, obviously, but all the 97 birth year boys, like, we just had such a special bond. The guys born in 1997. So, you know, Hanny and Charlie and Amats and Z and like Tage and these guys that we won with in U17s and U18s. And like, we're here again, like the Olympics, and the best team, maybe the best team ever. And at least that I've played on. And just like, what a full circle, crazy fucking, like, how much we've grown in 10, 12 years. And it was just so cool.
So especially too, like, then you guys go and get like the Gaudreau jersey and bring that out and like talk about like what Johnny Hockey's meant.
Yeah. Before we get into that, cause that was after the picture, but one of my favorite moments of all that was the brothers, me, Brady, Quinn, and Jack, all having an American flag around us, just doing a lap around the rink. And where we stopped in one of the corners was right where our families were. Like, the Hugheses were like 6 rows up. Like, our family was 7 and 8. Like, they're all right there. So like, it was just the coolest moment ever. We took a sick picture. But yeah, Brady, like, what was your thoughts when, because I'm not going to lie, it was Z.
It was
Werenski's idea. And then me, him, and Larks executed it without really telling anybody what we were going to do. But like, what did you think when brought the jersey out? Me, Austin, and Z did the lap around, and then eventually for the team picture, having Noah and little Johnny out, who's also, you got to mention, little Johnny. Like, this is where like full circle.
Going into the game, like
into the game, it's like, guys, don't be nervous. Like, we're winning this game. Little Johnny Gaudreau's birthday that day, second birthday. It's like every single thing is just so fitting for this, and like Johnny on our side for this game. And that, I mean, like we talked about that picture after the game with him, like willing the puck out of the net for Helly there. It's just. But yeah, what do you think about that picture at the end? It's going to go down as one of the greatest pictures like I've ever seen. Yeah. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to frame it in here. And it's one of the pictures I want the most. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like, just Johnny just touched everybody's lives on that team. Like, same thing. Like, it's just such a small hockey world that like he was buddies with so many guys on the team, and you know, and just to play for, and you know, should have been on that team too, and just to play for, you know, his memory, Maddie's memory, and honestly, the whole Gaudreau family, just such an amazing family, and to have them come and support us, and for us to try to represent them as best we can, and to have that moment with the kids is something that I know I'll never forget. And like, I just know that just Johnny's always with us. And and he was especially with us that game. And I love seeing that picture of him like with that open net and like that having the stick out and stuff like that. Like just it truly like he always has an impact on our lives and the memories that we've had, but it truly was just special to have the Gaudreau family all in attendance and honestly, it just was really, really, really special for me and I know everybody too.
Yeah, no, you said it the best, and we were trying to link up like how we were going to get them down, and I actually had Fish, our PR guy's phone, calling Mayor in the crowd saying like, "Get the kids ready, like we're going to come grab them to bring them down for the team picture." And like when we got a hold of her, we told her like they were so emotional, like minutes before this even happened, like that we were going to do this, and so we recognized that probably when this is going to happen, like there might not be a dry eye in the crowd. And I actually just asked Ellie about it today, like, what were you thinking during it? She's like, "Oh my gosh, I was a mess. I was bawling my eyes out in the crowd, and so was everybody around." So just special. It was a great way to cap off that game. And and it was really cool that kind of being like the last part of the on ice festivities, after getting the gold medal and everything. But I got to mention, Brady, when you get that gold medal on, what was the first number one like reaction? Just it's like the first time you left the Stanley Cup. Like, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, honestly, the first thing, like, holy shit, this is heavy.
I know.
Like, fuck, even wearing it for this pod now, it's heavy. And good
thing you do those neck exercises before the Warriors. That's for a next episode. We're going to get into that.
We're going to get it. And we got to just I mean, this might be a 10 episode thing. Like, this is going to be like, we can't even fit. I don't even think we can fit. We'll be here another hour. And
we will lose a lot of your Ottawa listeners. A lot of Canadian listeners won't be liking these episodes too much, but we'll be gaining a lot more Americans though. And that's great. Great for me.
I realize just the heaviness and just like, and then looking at it, like,
can you read the back?
How beautiful it is. I just noticed today, legit. I was at.
Oh, mine smells like champagne.
I know. I was at.
Cigar.
Was at a place in Jersey today, grabbing lunch, and like I was just giving it to people to take pictures with and stuff.
Did you pay for lunch?
Because I'm gonna give it. No, I actually had my first free meal after this, and I just knew life changed. But like I looked at it, I had no idea they had like engravings on the bottom. I legit caught my eye as take a picture. I'm like, holy shit, I haven't even like gone over this yet. Like I'm like, this is insane. Like just like the details, like how unreal it is. Like so sick. So
let's but I remember telling everybody before ever get your medals, I'm like, fuck boys, it's like when I hate to be this guy. It's like because I've done this because I haven't. But like I think in those moments, like fucking let out the emotion, like enjoy it. Like this could be like once in a lifetime thing for all of us. Like man, maybe NHLers don't go like I don't know what the plan is going forward.
Once in a lifetime, Hanny?
Yeah, this could be once in a lifetime. But it's just like fuck, like you never know. So just fucking enjoy it. And I love seeing the reactions from the boys. I loved hearing the crowd go crazy. And I would say the loudest one was Helly. And I know Statsman Quater has a couple stats from his performance, his legendary MVP performance. Also, he should have been MVP of the tournament, but when he found out it wasn't him, like he literally couldn't give a fuck. He's like, you really think I care about that? But these are MVP numbers: 5-0, 956 save percentage, 1.18 goals against. And that should have been lower because we screwed up in front of him the game before and let up 2 in the third. But that's on us as players' fault. 131 saves. And in the gold medal game, the greatest performance from a goalie of all time, 41 out of 42 saves, an assist on the game winner, which is just gravy. And we might be over exaggerating on this, but
37 grade A's.
37 grade A's. That was a JT Miller line. So, and then we got to mention Jack Little Hugless Hughes, 4 tucks in 6 games, the GWG golden goal. Just legendary performances. Just a legendary team, and we were an absolute wagon who like to have more fun than any other team ever. Okay, so Brady, now we win. We got the gold medals. We're going back to the locker room. Is there anything that sticks out to you? Because I know the one thing that sticks out to me, what people are going to ask me, like, what's your favorite memory of the winning of that day? It might be singing Dream On with all the boys in the locker room, pounding ultras and singing off the top of my lungs and losing my voice after one song. That's actually really hard to do when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm still recovering. Like, I'm still trying to get my voice back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I had a unique celebration story because that was unbelievable. Great. Like, the singing, I think we ran out of beers.
Oh, you had a +1 with you the whole time.
Yes. I got snatched after the game, after you do like the media, there's like a mixed media scrum. I'm gonna have like, fuck yeah, let's go have some beers and party. I get a tap on the shoulder. Hello, Brady, you've been selected for a drug test.
Oh my God. And how this works for the drug testing is like, it's like literally like, Brady, take your time. Like, I'm not rushing you to go piss right now, but like, I will be just standing by you where I can see you until you have to go. So we're in the locker room partying, and Brady's buddy, little Johnny, the drug tester, is like just sitting in the corner, like just, arms crossed and just watching us have the greatest time. Probably watched Brady delete 10 beers before he had to piss.
I'll give you the numbers because I usually after games I can pee and but for some reason I just couldn't. Like, it was the nerves. It was like just not the nerves, but it was like the pressure of peeing so you can go celebrate. When can I plan my piss so I don't miss anything? Yeah. And because guys went, there's two other guys, they went right away. And like, they missed a couple like songs, like good. I'm like, I'm not missing a single moment. So like, if I have to, I will hold it. But then like all of a sudden I just couldn't pee. And I remember I had like 5 beers, 3 Powerades, 2 waters, all like in like a 40-minute span. And then I remember after the game, it was like 2 hours or something, like an hour and a half to our bus time. And like, it took me all the way up to 10 minutes before. I'm like, and like the way you do like the pizza, you have to get to like 90 milliliters, or you have to like wait till you pee more, like in one thing. So like the whole time I started feeling it. I'm like, okay, like, but do I have enough? So I'm like, I just got to stay patient. I got to stay patient in my own game. And then finally 10 minutes before the bus, I'm like, F it. I got to gamble. With this one, and did it. And 100, I was like, thank God. Cause if I had to stay there and all the boys left and I had to meet them, like I would have been sour. So
I guess we can, as we're teeing up that. So you make the bus to the winter house. And just to tee up the next episode, well, we've got the next 2 episodes we have coming. One is going to be titled Day in the Life in the Village, or Village Stories, or whatever. We're going to run you through everything that happened in the village. And then the other one's going to be the post celebrations back in the US, the flight, everything. But I do want to tell one quick one from the winter summer house. Just the walk in, getting off the bus. We've got people chanting, going crazy outside. So the winter house had so much security because only families in USA hockey or USA athletes in general, not just hockey, could be in there. But it was like flooded with fans outside. So we're walking in, high-fiving, got cameras everywhere. Like, it was nuts. And we walk in as a team, we go on stage, and somebody grabbed Jack Hughes, put him on his shoulders. Me and you grabbed Helly, which also, like, we're big guys, but he's a unit too. That was a tough carry.
That was a grind.
And we go in there and they hand us the champagne, and that's when I just knew it was going to be a great night. And then we lock eyes with our family, like out in like the crowd. And it was definitely the start of an unbelievable party where it seemed like the songs were just on, like there was a little queue going of very similar songs. And I think we sang We Are the Champions right out of the gates, followed by Dream On. And it was just sick.
How special was it when you guys like first saw your parents like finally in person, and like you saw Big Wall and your sister there? They kind of were stealing the show at the Olympics with the face paint and the beers. So like, how awesome was it to see them?
You know what? I don't know who started the trend, But this is where rewind a little bit where first steps off that, like obviously everybody knows the rink, but then there's a lot of space to the crowd. Like they had like for the media. So somebody got off and like walked behind, like in between the rink and like the stands. It was like all like rubber down. Like
I think Millsy went to go get his kids and Troch just had their kids.
So all of a sudden now everybody's falling. I remember like I'm high fiving people. Then we get to like a family section. Like I climb up, give the wife a kiss, giving everybody hugs. The one guy that's not there is our dad. And we're like, where is he? He's like, oh, he's already in the lounge drinking like with some of the other dads and they're already getting ready to go to the winter house. But it was just like that was like, I know for me, like first time winning something like that magnitude, like we're not in this position and we said it. It really takes a village of our family, our teammates and their families, and just so many people in our lives that I know for me and Matthew's experienced it before, but like it truly felt like this wasn't at all like I did this, like this is truly like we did it, like our family, our friends, like so everybody that's impacted, like we accomplished this. And that was a really special feeling to share. And then I know we went and partied. They already got a fast track to the winter house. And to Matthew's point, we're on stage. I just see our family right to the right. And I'm just like locked eyes, the biggest smile. I'm like, finally a winner. Like we're finally a winner. And that was really special.
Yeah. I thought it was so cool. Like, I mean, I've got Ellie there, my wife being like, just expecting to win after these last couple of years or whatever. I got mom bawling and crying. Yeah. I've got like, so I'm like emotional for you that we like were able to win together, and like Taryn and Ellie both being like, come on, like of course you guys are gonna win. So I'm like, I love the confidence there too. But there was just emotions. Everybody had like a different emotion going, and it all just created like the best family hug and pictures and time to hang out with each other. And always gonna remember that night with everybody. But definitely always gonna remember the few days and nights that followed, which we will be getting into on the next episode or the next episode. We've got a few things to run through. We still got a lot more stories left.
We're not going to make you guys wait too long. These are some good stories and chomping at the bit to tell them.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Wingmen. New episodes drop every Wednesday during the NHL season. Watch and subscribe on YouTube to the Wingmen channel. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Once again, Wingmen is a Wave original. Follow the show on all social media for fun clips throughout the week at Wingmen Pod. And always, thank you to our amazing production crew. And thank you for everyone for tuning in.
We got a gold medal crew with us.